New details tonight on what happened inside the Pelosi home during that violent attack that left Paul Pelosi with a fractured skull and serious injuries to his arm and hand.
RP stated that there's a male in the home and that he's going to wait for his wife. RP stated that he doesn't know who the male is, but he advised that his name is David and that he is a friend.
Police suggesting that Mr. Pelosi was speaking to the 911 dispatcher in a way that tipped them off to what was going on, but not the intruder. He even referred to his attacker as a friend on the call.
Now, this is a very, very, very bizarre story. So, in the early morning hours of October the 28th, about 2:27 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, well, 2:27 a.m., this took place over in San Francisco. The police arrived at the home of third in line Speaker of the House for the presidential seat to be President of the United States, Nancy Pelosi's home. Her husband was home, and there was a wellness check performed by the San Francisco area police where I'm trying to figure out how to word this because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. They can be really sensitive. Well, basically, Paul Pelosi has a hammer in his hand. There's a male in the home by the name of David DePape, or DePape, let's just say it that way, 42 years old. He is rumored to be a Castro nudist, BLM supporting, bead making, hemp selling hippie. San Francisco has, a known reputation of being what I guess you can say the America's LGBTQ capital. The two began fighting over the hammer, and this is supposed to be in front of the police, fighting over the hammer. And the alleged attacker, DePape, takes the hammer away from the 82-year-old Paul Pelosi and whacks him upside the head, cracking his skull and causing other injuries. Pelosi's going to be okay. He's expected to make a full recovery. But the story is very, 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 very fishy. Now, being that Nancy Pelosi is, I guess you can say, is one of the top 10 most powerful people in the world, you know that they have the best security. Like cameras and whatnot. Also, it's looking like here, let me read a little bit of sources here of a story or an article that's being scrubbed from the web, just like this video is going to be hidden from YouTube. And I've been dealing with this for a while. I was shadow banned a long time ago on YouTube. But, okay, so I'm going to read this to you. This was written by Stan Green. As San Francisco's gay bars closed at 2 a.m., two gay men met in a bar and went home together. Happens every night in the city by the Bay, except one of these two men was married to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Now, I'm not saying anything. I'm just reading this article, and I want you, the viewers or the listeners, to try to put two and two together, or what this sounds like. I might disappear for telling you the truth. If I do, you all know why. But here's what really happened early Friday morning in San Francisco, in my honest opinion. And he did say, in my honest opinion, this Stan Green, according to the San Francisco PD reporting person, RP reporting person, stated there's a male in the home and that he's going to wait for his wife. RP stated that he doesn't know who the male is, but he advised that his name is David. I'm guessing this is what we're hearing about the call Pelosi. And that he is a friend. The dispatch official said. RP sounded somewhat confused. Reporting person, Is this Paul, or is this somebody else in the home, a third person? It's been rumored for years that in San Francisco that Paul Pelosi is LGBTQ. David DePape is said to be a Castro nudist, the lunatic who allegedly assaulted Paul Pelosi in his Berkeley residence, and former Castro nudist protester. This is fucking getting deep, man. Shit. Hemp jewelry maker sounds totally MAGA Republican to me. This is from Twitter. Okay. So here's a theory as related to me by my source. Castro nudists are a group of really radical gay male prostitutes that parade around naked in, cock-a-doodle-doo rings. First of all, the police did not come in response to an alarm. They come in a response to spelling error. They came in a response to a wellness check. So someone called them to check in on Pelosi. When he didn't answer the phone, the cops broke the sliding glass door to get in. And I have an image of that sliding glass door. Where did I put it? It's over here somewhere. Let's see. I have an image around here somewhere that I pulled up, to show, like what it looked like. And basically, it was a whole bunch of here. Let's do it this way. Let me make sure I stay on track and do a jump cut. It's right here. So I'm guessing, did the police, because there's so far everything I'm gathering from it, and we're going to go listen to the police press conference soon, and it was very short, and there's some very telling details or missing details in that press conference. And from what I'm gathering from it is that this David DePape didn't break in. He was already in there, and for what? Several months back in May or so, Paul Pelosi was stopped for a DUI, and rumors were that there was a young man or a male in the passenger seat, and they, fled once Pelosi, So you kind of see where I'm going with this, and what it sounds like is that something happened in there. And, this DePape dude is known to be, according to what I've researched, an abuser of drugs. So where I'm going with this is, was this a male fellow of the night, streetwalker type of deal? And, because Nancy was out of town. And right now, I got to be honest. Hey, listen, she's a very, very powerful woman. And we got those big elections coming up in less than 10 days, where the whole country can be changing. And a scandal like this can't come out. Some very powerful people would be behind this. But let's go listen to this press conference and tell me that something don't sound fishy to you. Thanks for watching my hybrid news, boxing, video gaming channel, but we're making sure we're giving you quality content here, and we're going to smooth out the rough edges. Please drop a like. I'm expecting for this video not to be visible. I did a quick search on YouTube of Paul Pelosi, and everything is just CNN, MSNBC, like the videos that I really want to see of people giving their real possible opinions. I mean, their real opinions, we can't really get to. They're really, really hard to find. And my channel was banned long ago, or shadow banned long ago. So we YouTubers, we know what we can say and not say. And this is one of those topics that everyone's pretty much saying the same thing, but no one really wants to go on YouTube and outright say it, because, YouTube will rain down hell on you. But you can kind of follow where I'm going. But let's go listen to this this press conference. It was really telling. I'm only going to play a little bit of the video, but all you really need is the audio. They're not showing anything. But just pay attention.
Okay, good morning. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Good morning, everybody. My name is Chief Bill Scott with the San Francisco Police Department. At approximately 2:27 this morning, San Francisco police officers were dispatched to the residence of Speaker Nancy Pelosi regarding an A-priority well-being check. When the officers arrived on scene, they encountered an adult male and Mr. Pelosi's husband, Paul. Our officers observed Mr. Pelosi and the suspect both holding a hammer. The suspect pulled the hammer away from Mr. Pelosi and violently assaulted him with it. Our officers immediately tackled the suspect, disarmed him, took him into custody, requested emergency backup, and rendered medical aid. The suspect has been identified as 42-year-old David DePape. Mr. Pelosi and Mr. DePape were transported to a local hospital for treatment. This is an active investigation currently being led by the San Francisco Police Department Special Investigations Division. We are working closely with our partners from the FBI, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the U.S. Capitol Police, and our district attorney here in San Francisco County, D.A. Brooke Jenkins, and her team. The motive for this attack is still being determined. Mr. DePape will be booked at the San Francisco County Jail on the following charges: attempted homicide, assault with a deadly weapon, elder abuse, burglary, and several other additional felonies. Before I go any further, I'd like to thank the responding officers for their swift action this morning. Those San Francisco police officers are Officer Colby Wilmus, Officer Kyle Cagney, and Sergeant Edmund Hoang. I'd also like to thank our emergency dispatcher, Heather Grimes, who's standing here to my left, for a really amazing job. For inquiries regarding Mr. Pelosi and his condition, we refer you to the statement issued by Speaker Pelosi's office this morning. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our District Attorney, Brooke Jenkins, for a few brief comments. And let me say in advance, this is what we know at this time. We will update you further, but we will not be able to take any questions after this statement.
Thank you, Chief Scott, and I do want to commend the San Francisco Police Department for their immediate response to this home and for swiftly making sure that Mr. Pelosi was okay and that the suspect was apprehended. We are working closely with them right now with respect to the investigation and will proceed with the appropriate charges as things unfold, as well as work with the U.S. Attorney's Office and our federal partners. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all for being here. I know you may have, we'll update you when we get more.
Do you know how he got into the house?
That's it for right now. We're not going to take any questions. Thank you. Our office will be issuing a news release very soon, but that's it for now.
Come on, that don't seem fucking fishy to you? And somebody asked, how did he get in the house? That's a really important question. Now, you want my theory? My theory is that this dude was there already for whatever reason, and they're trying very hard to hide it. And what I don't like is how they're trying to play politics involved, like, he's some radical MAGA extremist, and remember his wife is the third most powerful person in the country. Here's that audio, by the way, from that call.
A priority 910, 2640 Broadway, cross of Scott and Normandy. Paper 14 hour copy. RP stated that there's a male in the home and that he's going to wait for his wife. RP stated that he doesn't know who the male is, but he advised that his name is David and that he is a friend. RP sounded somewhat confused. 12 over back and copy.
Units code 3 to 2640 Broadway for 14 hour.
Cover 12 over copy. 15 hour also code 3.
Cover 112 advice insufficient units on scene 2640 Broadway. Special call medic 66, location.
Now here's the thing. Hope he gets a speedy recovery, but the fact that he's a very powerful person, it's a lot of holes in this story, especially when we know that they love giving out the names and all the information and doing press conferences, but them not, taking any type of questions. This is coming from some high ups. And then saying like, listen, we got to keep this story under wraps. And it seems like my man has been having some issues over the last several months, from the DUI to this. The saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if they just try to cover this up. We don't hear nothing. Dude ends up, listen, but the attempted murder thing, he did attack with a hammer. So, that's a charge that they ain't going nowhere. But what people want to know is, why was he in the house and how, what's going on? Something definitely sounds fishy to me. By the way, follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy. Link is down below in the description box.
This is an active investigation currently being led by the San Francisco Police Department Special Investigations Division. We are working closely with our partners from the FBI, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the U.S. Capitol Police, and our district attorney here in San Francisco County, DA Brooke Jenkins, and her team. The motive for this attack is still being determined. Mr. DePape will be booked at the San
gave. After that, it was thanking some police officers and the dispatcher and no more questions. There was a lot they did not say. Did you notice anything odd? Take a look at this.
At approximately 2:27 this morning, San Francisco police officers were dispatched to the residence of Speaker Nancy Pelosi regarding an A-priority well-being check. When the officers arrived on scene, they encountered an adult male and Mr. Pelosi's husband, Paul.
Okay, number one, what is an A-priority well-being check? I don't know. I know what a 911 call is. I know when a neighbor observes something. I don't know what an A-priority well-being check is. My guess is it's when somebody who's not there is worried about somebody there and makes a phone call, but they didn't explain who made the call.
That's what it sounds like to me.
The situation. And next, police, when they arrived, they encountered an adult male and Mrs. Pelosi's husband, Paul. Doing what? What encountered? Where? Where in the house? How did they get there? What door? What room? None of this is included.
That's what I'm saying. It's so many crazy, it's so many different stories going around. But hey, we're just going to have to wait and see. Thanks for watching TstreeT Controversy. Please like the video, drop a like, subscribe.